All right, so today we're going to be looking at what makes a successful book publishing website
Okay.
and specifically focusing on Australia's literary scene.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we've got this awesome article from Site Design NOW.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those guys.
Yeah, they're an Australian web design company, and this piece is called Top Features to Enhance Your Book Publishing Website's Success.
Catchy title.
It is, and they have some really interesting points, especially for publishers in Logan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Logan's got like a really interesting literary scene developing.
Yeah, it does.
What really stood out to me in the article was how much they focused on the Australian context.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't just generic web design advice.
Right.
They're really talking about how to apply these principles to the unique world of Australian
Yeah.
publishing,
For sure.
which I thought was really cool.
Yeah,
Makes it much more relevant, you know?
totally. So they start off strong right away talking about the book catalog. Like, I feel like that's the heart of any publishing website, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's the first thing people see.
Yeah.
And they don't just say, like, have a catalog. They get into the nitty-gritty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like why it matters.
Yeah.
So detailed book descriptions that hook the reader in,
Mm-hmm.
high-quality cover images, because visuals are huge,
Right.
and then making it super easy to buy the book.
Yeah, like you don't want to click through like 5 different pages.
Exactly. Make it simple.
Yeah.
And I love this analogy they use.
Okay, what is it?
They compare a good book description to a personalized pitch.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I thought that was really clever.
Yeah, it is.
Because it is like you're giving each book its own little mini marketing campaign right there on the website.
Yeah, like if I'm browsing,
Yeah,
a cover catches my eye,
totally.
and then that description, like,
Reels you in.
yeah, like that's what makes me actually want to buy it.
And I think that's so important
Yeah.
because so many websites, their catalogs are just like visual noise,
Yeah. Yeah, just a bunch of covers.
Yeah, exactly. And this article is really pushing for something more strategic.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, they talk about author services,
Uh-huh.
which I think is where a website can really make or break an author's decision to work with a publisher.
You're so right about that.
Yeah.
It's all about building trust,
Yeah.
like showing the author that you've got their back.
Exactly.
And the article breaks it down into a few categories.
Uh-huh.
So editorial services, obviously,
Makes sense.
marketing,
Right.
and then distribution.
Okay.
But the key here
Yeah.
is that they emphasize tailoring these services to the Australian literary scene.
Okay, so like what does that mean?
So it's not just about offering these generic services that could be anywhere.
Right.
It's about understanding the nuances of the Australian market.
So like an author in Sydney might have different needs than an author in Perth.
That's exactly it.
Interesting.
Like, Australia is a big country.
Yeah.
And the reading habits can vary a lot from region to region.
Right. So you're saying like a publisher needs to be aware of those differences.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the article even talks about different genre specializations,
Oh, okay.
the types of events that work well with Australian readers,
Interesting.
and even the impact of online versus brick and mortar bookstores in different parts of the country.
Wow, they really get granular.
They do.
Okay, this next one can be a bit tricky.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're going to say.
Submission guidelines.
Yeah.
I've seen websites with guidelines that are so confusing.
Oh, tell me about it.
I feel like they would scare off any aspiring author.
It's like they don't want submissions.
Right.
So the article really stresses clear. Simple guidelines.
Okay, I like that.
Like, just lay it all out.
Yeah.
You need formatting requirements, obviously,
Uh-huh.
and a transparent response timeline.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like don't leave authors hanging.
Right.
And they even suggest, like, not overwhelming authors with too many instructions.
Yeah, like keep it user-friendly. It's like instead of this giant wall of text,
Right.
maybe a visual guide or like a FAQ section
I love that idea.
would make it less intimidating.
Totally. And I think that's what they're getting at,
Yeah.
like empathy and design.
Uh-huh.
Because if an author is already frustrated just trying to figure out how to submit their work, they're probably less likely to actually do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So keep it simple.
Right.
Make it easy.
All right, up next is author testimonials,
Oh, yeah.
which I think are so powerful.
Social proof.
Exactly.
It's one thing for a publisher to say, like, oh, we're great to work with.
Yeah.
But when you hear it from other authors,
Yeah,
that carries so much more weight.
for sure.
And the article talks about showcasing diverse success stories.
Okay.
So, like, from a variety of genres,
Uh-huh.
just to show the range of authors that they've helped.
Right. So it's not just one type of author that they're working with.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they had this really interesting suggestion. They say you should let authors link back to their own pages.
From the testimonial.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Because it gives the author more exposure.
Right.
And it gives the publisher more credibility.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's a good strategy.
Okay. This next one. This is one that I love.
I love yes.
A blog with writing tips.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this can engage both authors and readers.
It's true.
It's such a cool way.
It's like content marketing, but it's also building a community.
Right.
And they suggest having consistent, engaging content.
Yeah.
So writing tips, obviously.
Yeah.
Publishing trends.
Okay.
And maybe even some author interviews.
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the reason this is so smart
Yeah.
is that it positions the publisher as a thought leader.
Right. Like they're not just in it for the money.
Exactly.
They actually care about writing.
They want to help authors succeed.
Right.
And that goes a long way.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, think about it.
If you're an author and you're looking for a publisher,
Right.
wouldn't you want to work with someone who's like a genuine expert?
Total.
Someone who's like invested in the writing community?
Absolutely.
So that's what a blog can do.
Okay, so it's not just about like giving away free advice.
Right.
It's about building that authority.
Exactly.
Okay, and I also love how they mention the call to action strategy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a subtle nudge at the end of a blog post to check out their services.
Yeah, it's not pushy,
Right.
but it's just like a little reminder,
Yeah.
hey, we're here if you need us,
Yeah.
and we're the experts.
Yeah.
I like that.
So it's smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Okay, and finally, the article wraps up by talking about the importance of web design expertise, which seems obvious.
It does, but
Right.
sometimes it gets overlooked.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you can have the most brilliant content in the world,
Totally.
but if your website is a mess,
Yeah.
nobody's going to stick around.
So they really emphasize intuitive design,
Yes.
seamless navigation,
Yeah.
and making sure that the user experience is positive.
Which makes sense because they are a web design company.
Exactly. So they're kind of subtly highlighting their own services there.
Yeah. In a way that feels very helpful, though.
Right. They're not like being salesy.
No, they're just saying like, hey, if you need help, we're here
Yeah. Yeah.
and we know what we're doing.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, so to recap, we've got 5 key features here.
All right, let's hear them.
Compelling book catalog,
Check.
robust author services section,
Check.
clear submission guidelines,
Check.
genuine author testimonials,
Okay.
and an engaging blog with rating tips. And it all needs to be wrapped up in a beautifully designed website
Yeah.
that's easy to use.
Easy to navigate.
Exactly.
You want people to enjoy being on your site,
Right.
not get frustrated and leave.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think those are the main points.
This is already so insightful.
I know, right?
I feel like we're just scratching the surface, though.
Yeah, we've got so much more to talk about.
Yeah.
So let's dive deeper into each of these features
Yeah.
and really analyze how they can work together to create a truly successful publishing website.
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, so picking up where we left off.
Yeah, those 5 key features.
Right.
I thought it was really interesting how Site Design and KnowW kind of like subtly weaves in their own expertise throughout the article.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's like they're giving us this valuable advice,
Yeah.
but also low-key showcasing what they bring to the table.
Yeah, exactly.
It's clever.
Like in the book catalog section, when they emphasize those high-quality cover images,
Oh, yeah, good point.
they even mention that the images should be professionally shot and optimized for web viewing.
Right. It's subtle,
Uh-huh.
but it's definitely a hint that they offer those services.
Yeah, totally. Like they're highlighting a need
Uh-huh.
and then almost casually suggesting a solution.
And it doesn't feel like a sales pitch,
No, it feels very genuine.
right? Like they're actually trying to help.
I noticed a similar thing in the author services section.
Oh, yeah, where they talk about creating marketing strategies tailored to Australia's unique literary scene.
Yeah, exactly. Like not just any marketing,
Right.
but marketing that's hyper aware of the Australian landscape.
They're really positioning themselves as the experts who understand the Australian market.
It's smart,
Super smart.
especially for their target audience.
Right, because if you're an Australian author looking for a publisher,
Yeah,
you'd want someone who gets the local scene,
for sure.
trends, the readers.
Someone who can guide you through all the nuances of the Australian book market.
Absolutely.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting to me.
I'm listening.
In the submission guidelines section,
Uh-huh.
They emphasize a transparent response timeline.
Oh, that's so important.
It seems like a small detail.
It is, but it's huge.
Yeah.
They actually say transparency builds trust and maintains goodwill.
And that's true in any relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially professional one.
Yeah, like you want to know where you stand?
Right, exactly.
No one likes to be left in the dark.
And I think if you think about it from Site Design and Now W's perspective,
Okay.
they're subtly saying, we're a company that values transparency.
Right.
We communicate clearly. We keep you in the loop.
It's all about building that confidence.
Exactly.
Like even before you've hired them, they're already demonstrating their values.
It's a subtle way of reinforcing their own brand.
Totally.
It's not just about good website design. It's about how they operate as a company.
It's like their ethos.
The principles they stand by.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Oh, tell me about it.
They're masters at subtly showcasing their expertise.
Without being overt about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's done in a way that feels so authentic and helpful.
I agree.
It's not bragging.
Right.
It's genuinely trying to provide value to publishers.
While also showcasing their unique skill set.
They're walking that fine line.
Yeah, they are.
And they're doing it really well.
And I saw another example in the author testimonials section.
Which we both love.
Yes.
Such a good strategy.
Where they suggest letting authors link back to their own pages or social media.
Yeah, not just as a nice gesture,
Yeah.
but as a strategic move.
And they point out that it benefits both parties
Totally.
by sharing traffic,
Uh-huh.
which is a subtle way of showing that they understand how websites and online marketing work.
They get it.
They do.
It's not just about design.
Mhm.
They're thinking about the bigger picture.
Right.
Online presence.
And how to leverage it for everyone's benefit.
It shows they're thinking collaboratively
Yeah.
about how to help authors succeed in a digital world.
Now let's move on to the blog section.
Okay, love this one.
They suggest content like writing advice, publishing trends, specific to Australia author interviews.
It's about creating a content ecosystem.
I love that phrase.
Right, like, it's not just random blog posts.
Yeah.
It's a whole strategy.
And they even suggest ending each blog post with a call to action.
Oh, yeah.
Not a hard sell, but a gentle nudge to learn more about their services.
It's all so well thought out.
Yeah.
It's content marketing done right.
Providing genuine value.
Establishing authority.
And subtly guiding readers towards potential collaboration.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
So what does this all mean for us, for someone listening to this deep dive and thinking about their own website?
Well, I think for one, it highlights the power of content marketing done strategically.
Absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
Site Design NW isn't just churning out random blog posts.
Right.
They're creating content that attracts their ideal clients
Yeah.
and establishes them as experts.
And it also shows that every element of your website should be working towards a larger goal.
It's not just about checking boxes. Rick, I got a blog check.
Got testimonials check.
Yeah, it's about a cohesive strategy.
Each section, each feature should be working together
Uh-huh.
to tell a story, to reinforce your brand, to guide visitors towards a desired outcome. It's not just about having a pretty website.
Right.
It's about creating a website that converts.
Converts visitors into clients.
Exactly. And that conversion could be getting authors to submit their work, attracting readers, building a strong online community.
It's all about achieving your goals.
Right.
Whatever those goals may be.
And Site Design and Now W clearly understands how to do just that.
They do.
But there's another layer here.
Oh, I love when there are layers.
Something they subtly hint at throughout the article.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
It's their emphasis on user experience.
Oh, yeah?
They understand that a website needs to be more than just informative.
Right.
It needs to be enjoyable to use.
It needs to be easy to use.
Right.
Intuitive.
They talk about intuitive design, seamless navigation, a positive user experience.
They're really advocating for putting the user, whether it's an author or a reader, at the center of the design process.
And that attention to detail is what often separates a good website from a truly great one.
It's the little things.
They're not just building websites.
They're crafting experiences.
And that's something we can all apply to anything we create.
Totally.
Whether it's a website, a book, a piece of art.
It's about empathy.
It's about stepping into the shoes of the audience.
And asking, how can I make this a positive, engaging experience for them?
Those are powerful questions.
They are.
And by thinking through those questions, by prioritizing the user experience, we can create something truly memorable and impactful.
So it's not just about showcasing expertise.
Right.
It's about making that expertise accessible and enjoyable for the audience.
And Site Design NW is clearly doing that.
They are.
But what else can we learn from their approach? As we kind of wrap up this deep dive into Site Design NW's article,
Yeah.
there's this one passage that really stuck with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like the underlying message that connects all those features they talk about.
Okay, I'm curious. What is it?
It's that idea of embedding expertise into every aspect of the website.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like a philosophy of web design for publishers.
Totally.
They're saying a successful book publishing website shouldn't be just a static brochure.
Right.
It needs to be a dynamic reflection of the publisher's passion and their deep knowledge of the industry.
Yeah. It's about showcasing that unique value proposition.
Right.
What makes this publisher different?
Exactly.
What makes them stand out in a crowded market?
And doing it in a way that's woven into the fabric of the website.
Right.
Not just tacked on as an afterthought.
It's got to be authentic.
Yeah.
It can't feel forced.
And I love how they put it.
How do they say it?
Your publishing site should reflect your mastery in the field.
Oh, that's good.
I love that.
Yeah, it's like they're giving permission to publishers to really own their expertise
Yeah.
and let it shine through online.
Exactly.
Don't be shy about it.
And this ties back to something we talked about earlier
What's that?
about understanding the target audience. They specifically mentioned the need for intuitive design and seamless navigation that's tailored for the Logan audience.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah, because Logan has its own unique literary scene.
Exactly.
So the website needs to resonate with that audience.
Right. So it's not just about looking sleek and modern.
Yeah, it's got to be more than that.
It's about creating a website that's easy for Logan authors and readers to navigate and understand.
You're meeting them where they are.
Exactly.
And that speaks volumes to potential clients.
Yeah.
It shows you've done your homework.
Yeah.
You understand their needs.
You're not just using some generic template.
Exactly. You've put thought into this.
Yeah.
And that builds trust and credibility.
And it's interesting because they actually offer their own professional web design services,
Of course.
which makes perfect sense in this context.
Right. They've laid out all this valuable advice.
Uh-huh.
And for publishers who might feel overwhelmed or lack the technical skills,
Yeah.
Site Design NW is right there saying, we can help you bring this vision to life.
It's they're not just talking the talk.
Right.
They're walking the walk.
They have the expertise to back it up.
So as we kind of zoom out and look at the bigger picture,
Okay, yeah.
what are the key takeaways we want listeners to walk away with?
Well, I think the biggest one is that a truly successful book publishing website is so much more than just a digital brochure or a list of titles.
Yeah.
It's a dynamic platform
Right.
that reflects the publisher's expertise,
Mm-hmm.
actively engages its target audience,
Yes.
and ultimately empowers authors to achieve their goals.
It's about building a space online where authors feel understood.
Support a part of a community
Yeah, and where readers can discover new voices, explore genres they love.
and connect with the wider literary world.
It's about creating an ecosystem
Yes.
that celebrates the written word.
I love that.
And it all starts with a website that's beautifully designed, informative.
And easy to navigate.
We've really gone deep on this topic today,
We have.
exploring not just the what, but the why behind these key features. And we hope this deep dive has been helpful for anyone involved in the world of book publishing.
Whether you're an author, a publisher, or just someone who loves a good book.
Exactly.
And if you're feeling lost or overwhelmed in the world of online publishing,
Yeah.
remember the key message from Site Design NW.
What's that?
Embed your expertise in every feature. Let your passion shine through and create a website that truly reflects your mastery of the field.
And if you need help along the way,
Yeah.
don't hesitate to reach out to experts who can guide you.
There are people out there who are passionate about helping you bring your vision to life.
So on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
And happy publishing.